creatures that badly need your help. Let's get started. When people from Animal Aid Unlimited India found this little thing with a swollen jaw, they realized the poor girl had lost a lot of weight while suffering from an infection. She was too weak, and the rescuers took her from her mom to the hospital. The girl called Peri was carefully checked. The doctors cleaned her wound and gave her antibiotics. She had a very good response to the treatment course and was feeling better and better. The doctors kept Peri in the hospital for 2 days to finish the antibiotic course. After that, mom and daughter reunited happily. Little sea otter pups are completely dependent on their mothers, and if a big storm comes, it often parts the poor babies from their moms, putting their lives under great threat. This little pup was mournfully crying, laying alone on the water's surface. The people from the Monterey Bay Aquarium took him into the boat and firstly tried to reunite him with his mom. But they didn't find her and had to take care of a baby by themselves. Every day, the rescuers had to do all the necessary stuff that other mom did with her children. And they never touched it with bare hands not to let the poor little thing have a bond with humans. After 2 months of intensive care, the rescuers let the grown-up otters living in the aquarium to step in. They would teach the cub all the stuff needed to survive in wild nature. How often wild cats pay a visit to some human houses? Fortunately, not too often. The owners of this location weren't lucky enough and had a young leopard get into their house. The team from Wildlife SOS came very quickly and caught the naughty cat. Though it was a rather dangerous task, they managed to do this very quickly. This stray dog was wandering on some people's property, and the rescuers from Hope for Paws went quickly to find and help him. The dog was nervous and scared, but he didn't refuse food. On calming down, the pup let the people put a leash onto his neck. A bit later, he even let them put him in a cage and take him away. His foot turned out to be badly infected from foxtails and debris. 2 months later, the dog's paw completely recovered, and the boy felt happy and healthy. The people from Flatbush Cat Channel found this cat in the street. Luckily, the cat trusted the volunteers enough to let them come closer. She had a deep puncture wound on one of her paws. The rescuers took good care of the cat and were treating her wound very carefully. While Kirby, was the cat's name, was healing, she had several medical checkups, and the doctor said that she was recovering very well. When everything was okay with the cat's paw, the rescuers found a good family for her. When big water came to Moragahakanda in Sri Lanka, a lot of animals got in great danger and couldn't do without people's help. Many of them were trapped in the trees. There were a lot of monkeys that didn't understand that people were trying to help, and they were desperately attempting to hide in tree branches. Several rescuers even had to climb the tree to get the scared monkeys down in the boat. Trying to escape from its rescuers, one monkey jumped into the water. So did the man, because the silly thing could drown. The people put the rescued animals in cages and brought them to a safer place. They also helped some birds, reptiles, and other creatures that were in trouble. I've heard many stories about birds who have fallen into chimneys, but usually there was no fire lit in it. This terrible case happened to a poor owl that had gotten into a chimney. This little guy had been burnt a bit before falling out on the gas fire. The owl got onto the carpet, and the owners of the house gave the poor bird some water and called Animal Aid for help. On arriving, Simon checked the bird and decided to take her to the hospital where the vets could do a better checking. The owl turned out to be okay. Later in that afternoon, Simon came back to the place where he had found the bird and released her to the wild. This poor puppy fell into a deep pit near the garbage dump area. He was desperately looking out of the hole, hoping that kind people would save him. The guys didn't know if they could go inside the entrance, as the entrance of the pit was too narrow. One of them decided to get inside. The dog didn't behave aggressively and let the man take him out of the pit. The men also covered the pit to prevent other animals and humans from getting into this dangerous deep hole. This squirrel glider was found caught on a barbed wire fence. A farmer found the poor guy in very bad condition. She cut off the wires and brought the animal to the rescue center. The possibility to release the thing into the wild depended on the seriousness of the injuries. So, the specialist checked it carefully. The health condition of the squirrel glider was checked every week, and the boy was lucky to recover very quickly and was getting ready to come back to his home. After 6 weeks of therapy, the squirrel glide was released in its natural habitat. Sometimes animals feel that they can't do without people's help. So, did this homeless dog following people on the street and trying to get the help she needed. And she found the rescue team that was eager to help. The problem was that the dog's fur was full of guests that irritated her very seriously. Lily, that was the name of the dog, got all the necessary medication to get rid of lice and fleas. It took her some time to recover from her problems and to improve her immune system. Now, Lily is okay and happy to be with people. There was a juvenile bald eagle stranded on a sewage settling pond in the Iona Island wastewater in Canada. The feathers of the bird were covered with sludge, and the young boy couldn't fly away. The guys from the Owl Rehab Channel had to use the volleyball net 32 feet wide tied to a 600-foot-long marine rope to get the bird out of trouble. The rescuers extended the net with the rope from one side of the pond to another and tried to catch the bird with the net. They managed to do that and dragged the bird to the shore. The eagle was taken to a hospital where it was examined and received all the medical and rehabilitation care it needed. A poor humpback whale was stranded on one of the coasts in East China. The rescuers were trying to help it to keep track of the animal's normal temperature with water poured on its back. After 5 hours of intensive efforts, the people managed to drag the marine giant back to the sea. The creature felt quite good and went on its way. This hawk was entangled in netting on a sports field. The police officers came to rescue the bird that was hanging helplessly and couldn't move. When the people set it free, they let it fly to check if everything was okay with its wings. The hawk waited for some time and then flew away without saying any thankful words. Here's one more accident in China. A bear fell into a canal and badly needed some help. The rescuers decided to use the excavator to take the cutie out of the water. When they managed to do that, they put the bear into a cage and brought him to the hospital to check on his health condition. When the doctors knew the animal was okay, he was taken back to the wild. A rescuer of the Megabati project was called about a bat hit by a car. When the woman arrived, she found a little baby flying fox on its mother's chest. Mom wasn't alive. The rescuer put the baby foxy in warm clothes and took it with her. It was rather a hard thing to deal with such a tiny creature. She made all the necessary medical care, checked the baby's wing condition, and did everything the flying fox felt comfortable. The woman called the little girl Tindy. It will stay with her until it is possible to let it go into the wild. I really hope the video was interesting for you. The people who take care of animals badly need your support. Do it with your likes and subscriptions and maybe donations. See you